He's trying. Yeah. I don't think Toyota's gonna make it up this fucker though.
He doesn't have lockers.
He's trying. Is he still trying? He is.
I wonder if there are lockers on his thing.
I don't know. He's going for it. Oh!
One wheel peel.
Almost. No.
Straight.
He's spinning 3 wheels. He's only spinning 3 wheels.
The front locker, you can make it up there. Let's get a little more balls, man.
He's trying still. Yep. The other one's not as bad, is it? Try the other one! Go to the other one.
My ankle.
Yeah, that's gonna be a turn right there.
He's coming. Should I try that?
So how many times did a blast
I don't know if this one's
fan?
the same.
Yeah, I don't know either. Stay to the right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, baby. Woohoo! Gladiator for the win. Going down another one now? Oh shit, that was a good one.
Yeah.
So it's like, fuck, I'm gonna get out of the way.
I want to try.
Yeah, right. That piece of shit Titan ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Oh, he's in 2-wheel drive.
Okay, wait.
Go that way. Try to go up the hill.
But no. Hell no.
No, wait a minute.
Fuck.
What the fuck?
Look out, guys.
Dude, that's good. It is, huh? He got out of it. Keep going back. Keep going back.
You gotta keep going back. You gotta have more room that way.
It's such a deep hole.
And then it's wired too, look. Wait. Oh, shit.
It's all right. I ain't gonna hurt it.
Now you gotta go back more. Now you can go that way.
No.
Oh, shit.
Go. Oh, Jose! Cause no! Hey, I don't know which one to video.
They don't have a wing.
You brought a toe strap though, right?
Keep going. Yeah, now you can go all the way that way.
Piper's in there laughing her butt off. Good bump. Oh wow. Oh yeah, this is gonna be a good one. Oh. Stop up here. Go forward. I hope Jose don't try this one.
Ah, he won't. He won't even go down there.
I know.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, this is a fucking good one. Oh shit! Climb it, baby.
Trying.
I know. Woo! Okay. Come on, baby. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Right on up that bitch. Woo! Woo!
That was fun.
Yeah, it was. Go, big fucking hill, get it! Go! Come on, baby, go.
Woo! I did not poop in my pants.
That's good, Piper. That means you are brave. Yeah, baby.